Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, for the episode that we're about to cover, it is crucial to look at the bigger picture. Now, what we've talked about a few times in a couple of videos since the end of the Rittenhouse trial and into the post-Rittenhouse trial timeframe, you're looking at a narrative starting to be established by the mainstream media and the leftist. This is something we're touching on because it has a broader impact directly to you. They're putting the onus and the real responsibility on people who are prepared to defend themselves, not on those that would be able to attack them. It's incredibly important, and we've done a couple things. But what I've got now is I've got some clips from MSNBC. Then I've also got some op-eds from London Times. I'm going to show you how different entities are actually laying this out step by step. This is the narrative that is establishing, and you guys need to know about it. Everything is linked in the description box below, and we have got some work to do right here. I want to hear from you. Let's dive in. Op-ed. The verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial sends a chilling message. Well, I wonder what that chilling message could be. Let's dive in, and I'm going to bring in MSNBC to tie this together. A jury decides only the case before it, based on the evidence presented. Yeah, no kidding. But its verdict can send a message to society. The acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse on all counts sends a chilling message about the acceptability of vigilantism. All right, vigilantism is what we're going to talk about, because that is the media, that's what you're hearing parroted across the spectrum. Vigilantism, blah, 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 blah. You can't just take the law into your own hands, and that's the important piece. Now, remember back when this all went down, about a year and a half ago, when this was occurring across the nation, you had police departments standing down and letting everything just happen. When you create a power vacuum, power will step in. That is something that is obvious in nature. And that's what we're looking at here. But they're now painting it as vigilantism. I'm going to keep going. Check out what they're going to say next. And then they tie the rights with the AR-15 in as well. At a time when the United States is deeply ideologically polarized and the Supreme Court is likely soon to recognize a right to have concealed weapons in public, the social implications of the Rittenhouse verdict are frightening. Translation. We know that the Supreme Court is about to say that you can and you do have the right to carry a gun in public. But now that you can and it's legal and our fake laws that we've basically infringed upon the Second Amendment are now unconstitutional, now Rittenhouse got away with it, proving that self-defense is a viable option. Now they have nowhere to go. So they've got to make it about vigilantism. Then they've got to make it about the weapon in general. Check this out. Here's where we're going to tie in MSNBC, a different outlet than the LA Times. Listen to what they're saying, because they're going to go after the gun, then they're going to go after the vigilantism. Check this out.
The misdemeanor gun charge, really? He threw it out. Reading the statutes, not clear to me how that stands. But what it says to the jury, essentially the jury knows there was an illegal weapons charge, and they know the judge took it away. These are very clear.
Okay, so here's the important part. This is a legal analyst. The statute's not clear to me. The statute's quite clear. You can have an AR-15 or you can have a rifle, because an AR-15 is classified as a rifle because it is a rifle if you're a teenager. In Wisconsin, particularly where this case is going down, what you can't have is an AR pistol, but they don't go into that. So I don't know how it's not clear, but usually when they don't go into details, that's usually when they are caught on something. Just saying. But now let's keep going, and this is where Reverend Sharpton comes in. Here we go.
All of us, and it is a threat to all of us. To all of us that are known activists, we've got to be concerned what message this sends to anybody out there that think they can get away with harming any of us and anyone else that stands up in protest and say it was all self-defense. And don't call them a victim, even though they were killed by an AR-15 by a young man that should have never had it in his hand.
They were killed by an AR-15 by a young man who should never had it in his hand. It's his constitutional right. He did nothing wrong. He did not break the law, and the judge upheld the law as it was written, because that's what a judge does. Now, it's really, really important what he said at the beginning. This puts us all in danger, all of those who would protest, those who would stand up for their rights. Okay, here's a good rule of thumb. Don't hit people with weapons. Don't burn things down to the ground. Don't exhibit violent behavior in your exhibition of your rights around protesting, and we might be fine. Just saying. But that's not what they say. Now it's all about if you protest for your rights, you're going to get shot. It's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. But listen to the next one, because he's going to bring that AR-15 back in and the same fear that he's putting in his people.
Message that came out of this is they have said now that vigilantes can go to protests and kill people and say that they were defending themselves, which puts all Americans, particularly those that want to protest for whatever issue, in danger. The precedent that it's set, that you can...
So again, vigilante can go to a protest and start killing people, which is not what happened at all. Everyone on the entire planet knows that's not what happened. But my point here is the narrative that they're spinning. They go with a chilling effect. It's all about the AR-15 they shouldn't have had. I don't know why it got tossed out. It got tossed out because it wasn't legal. But they're still planting that seed of military-style rifle. Then they go into vigilantism and how now you can just go to a protest and you can go to all these things and just hurt people at random, which is also not what happened, but they're stoking fear. These people go to the left. They aim to the left. They talk to the left. They are brainwashing the left with things that did not happen and will not happen. But it's important for us to get in front of it, and that's what I've got for you. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden, signing out.